I want to show you guys something neat. So this guy here, it's a smart plug, like a wemo or whatever, but better. So it's a little cute guy. Nothing too fancy or unique or come on, get out of there. You know, Nothing crazy on the back side here. It's got a little power button on the side so you can turn it on and off. The nice thing about these is that you can curl them. There's a command on Linux called curl, and basically what you can do is just send a GET request to a web page, and it will do something. This is running basically a Linux web server called tasmota, and the nice thing is you can curl or send a GET request to these with a specific command in the structure. What that means is that these are useful for things like home automation and custom scripting that you want to run on your computer. And excuse the mess here. I'm brooding chickens in the basement, and everything's dusty, including the rest of my basement. So they need to get out. But anyway, that's irrelevant. So these things are really cool. But it's this one's branded TH3D, but there's other people that sell these too. And the neat thing about this is, so we're going to turn the jank level up here a little bit. I have a brooder bulb, or a brooder lamp, just has a bulb in it, and I have one of these guys plugged in down here, and it works. So I'm going to press the power button. You can see it turns on and off. So the nice thing is we have commands here, and they're just simple curl commands. This one is for my Sunba camera, and we have a ping in here that just pings local with a number timeout of 4 to null. So it pings null for 4 seconds, and then runs another command for another preset. And this is just to show you that it's actually working. So it'll swap my presets back and forth. Sometimes they freeze up, but you'll get the gist of it. Then we got another pause here, and then this is actually the command for the power plug. And these guys here, you have a power on and a power off, but this can be set to toggle too. I don't like toggle because it keeps the current state and toggles on and off. But what if I want it to be on and always be on and toggle off? You know what I mean? Like, I don't want it to be off and toggle on if I send toggle, or be on and toggle off when I need it to be off and toggle on. That's not what I want. I want surety that it's going to be on or off, right? So anyway, what this does is it runs that plug I showed you down that way and turns the lamp on. So the goal of this is to actually use that plug to run an auger to run feed. Like treats, or actually feed them or something like that. Like, say that I want to run feed at 7:30 p.m. and it'll just dump a whole bunch of feed, right? So I buy a Traeger grill auger, hook it up to a bucket, and run it and dump feed. That way I don't have to go into the hen house. Easy peasy. Don't get poo on my boots. All good. Birds are happy. Everyone's in the hen house. I just close it up. So that's what this is good for. So anyway, let me show you what happens. So on OBS too, the nice thing about this is there's a plugin, a script plugin. If we look at tools and go to scripts, it's called scene execute command, and it's a Lewis script. And I'm sorry, it's a little bit out of focus here. This is just to see if I can make it a little better. There we go. Scene execute command Lua, and I got that off of the forums for OBS. But anyway, it's a script that's meant specifically for running curl commands to IP cameras, PTZ IP cameras. So you can make it execute a certain thing when a certain scene is called. And these are all scenes that I have in OBS. It'll repopulate them all, but you put what you want in here, like it says preset 5, and it'll populate that, whatever you put in here, into this. So if you have like a preset, so like this guy here, you can make this change by what's in the actual, this area here, cam 3 value. So if I put 4 in there, it will populate this. Anyway, that's semi-irrelevant. The fact of the matter is you can also use it for running commands as well, like batch scripts. So you can see that my batch script here has Samba commands for my PTZ cam, and then the tasmota commands. And we have a little sleep here. So let me run this real quick and I'll show you what it does. So if we go to PTZ2 just to make it reset, and then we click on PTZ1, you'll see that it runs a prompt in the background, moves my cam, moves it back, turns the light on and off. So what that means is if I want to do like some other people on YouTube and have a chat activated feeder where someone types a command into YouTube chat and says, like ! feed, or treats, or whatever, I can set it to run for a couple seconds and it'll dispense treats and point the PTZ camera at the treats so that you get to see the birds or whatever eating the treats, right? It's that makes you happy, right? You get to feed the birds over YouTube. So unlike other people, I'm showing you how to do this so that you know how to bring a little bit of content to your channel and not be the only asshole that knows how to do it. Excuse my language. But I can post a link or whatever to the different things I use within OBS to make OBS do things. And you don't need any sort of special plugins or software or any of that bullshit to make it work. Like, I was looking at a program called Lumia Stream that did a whole bunch of roundabout stuff where it was a separate program you install on your computer, and it connected to OBS, and Lumia Stream connected to if this then that, and it connected to Wemo, and then Wemo connected to your smart light bulb, and then there was a whole bunch of freaking shit in there that could fail in a big loop, and it all had to be internet connected. Nonsense. This is easier. Makes it real easy, makes it local to your network. That way you're not reaching out and then reaching back, then reaching out and reaching back and giving a reach around and all that. Not, you know what I mean? This is good. This makes things simple. And you don't have to do things like this, control a camera and whatever. Like I said, you can make it so that, say you have horses or something, right, or goats, and you decide that you have cameras in your barn, and you need to make sure that your goats have light, or they need to be fed every hour or something like that, with some little goat treats, or feed that's special for that goat because he's sick. You just run this guy with a feed auger. It'll dump for a certain amount of time, so you just measure how long you want it to dump, right? Say you want like half a cup or something like that. You run it for a second, it'll dump half a cup and the goat's happy. The nice thing about the RTSP calls or curl calls to the Samba camera or any other camera that supports these kind of calls is that when you run that command, you can point that camera at that goat or whatever, and when it's done, after a certain amount of time, you can set a timer in here for ping or the null stuff, or even use task scheduler to make it run this command later so it points back to where it was instead of directly at the goat. You understand what I'm saying? So say you're watching the whole barnyard, but at 7 p.m. you want to feed that goat a specified amount of food, but you're inside making dinner. So task scheduler will run this, dump that amount for that goat, wait a little while, watch him, and you can check your NVR later to see if he ate it or he's happy, you know what I mean? And then after, say 10 minutes, task scheduler kicks in, runs a command, and sends that camera back out to the barnyard so you can see your whole barnyard again. So makes it easy, makes it autonomous, so that you don't have to go out there and mess with cameras or screw around on your NVR or mess with your phone or any of that nonsense, right? Automation is king. Peace.